Welcome to another We Ourselves video. As you can see from the title, I'm going to talk about fan service versus brand service. Before I begin, I want to define what I mean when I use the phrase brand service and fan service. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion as always. I know the original concept and meaning of fan service was, and to quote, material in a work of fiction or a fictional series that is intentionally added to please the audience, often adult in nature. In our media, that original definition has evolved to something like this: elements added to a television program or similar entertainment that appeal to avid fans but are of little interest to outsiders. Of course, we've seen plenty of examples of this in recent genre films and TV shows, perhaps so much so that we've begun to overuse the phrase fan service to describe anything that appears to please the fans. Take this website, for example, that lists movies they claim did fan service. I, on the other hand, would argue that some of the movies listed were examples of good brand service, by which I mean a company showing genuine concern for their brand, whether they originated it or purchased it, think Disney, so that they take care to get it right, so to speak. A good example of this is with the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. The studio released their original trailer with the original version of Sonic, and when fans reacted in a negative manner, the studio listened, redid the animation of Sonic, and got the reward. So in my terms, they serviced the brand, and that in turn satisfied the fans. Some people would argue that the recent blockbuster, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, was nothing but pure fan service. I would disagree, but not with the claim that the movie contained fan service. I would say that the fan service was coupled with brand service. The owner of the Mario Bros. Game franchise, Nintendo, was very concerned with maintaining the integrity of the brand and even rejected Hollywood suggestions to make Princess Peach the main character and not Mario. That concern for the integrity of their IP or their brand led them to produce a movie faithful to what generations of gaming fans already knew and loved about the property. As a result, there were plenty of fan service moments in the movie that worked and earned the movie over $1 billion worldwide. Of course, you can have fan service without any kind of fidelity to the underlying brand. We've seen that before.
My name is Khan.
And as expected, simple fan service, while ignoring the brand itself, never works. I really think it's a shame that we've overused one phrase, fan service, while all but ignoring the other idea. In doing so, we fail to see the larger idea of a company or an individual doing legitimate brand service. And so in this video, I want to look at the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, because I think this is a perfect example of good brand service that so many people have mislabeled, often in a negative way, as fan service. It wasn't uncommon to hear some individuals comment on No Way Home and say some version of, well, if you took all the fan service out of No Way Home, the film wouldn't hold together. My response to this is, of course the movie wouldn't hold together, but I don't see that as a negative thing because the movie was designed to service the Sony Spider-Man brand. And because Sony did that, the fans were pleased and the movie made almost $2 billion at the box office. It wasn't simple fan service, that was pure brand service. The filmmakers brought back most of Spider-Man's cinematic villains from the last 20 years or so, and found a way to bring back the previous two Spider-Men, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, all in one movie. The result was Sony had 3 viable Spider-Men for future Sony projects. First, you had the current Tom Holland Spider-Man, who ironically was divested of all his MCU technology and even made a new Spider-Man costume for himself at the end of the movie. For critics of Tom Holland's version, including one of the former Spider-Man who didn't think Holland's version ever faced the big loss or decision moment, well, Holland finally went through his own loss with the death of his Aunt May. Holland got his "with great power must come great responsibility" moment. Even more, Because of No Way Home, Sony revitalized their back catalog of Spider-Man movies. Many YouTubers, young and old, have gone back before watching No Way Home to review those original Spider-Man movies. That's brand service. That was a brilliant move on the part of Amy Pascal, former Sony executive who currently produces the Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse movies, and who co-produced the Tom Holland Spider-Man films with Marvel. By the way, both Spider-Man animated movies are also engaging in brand service. If only Star Wars and Star Trek would do brand service, as in you have well-established mythos and canon that exists, they would get the fans' loyalty, if that's possible now. And the same is true for the Indiana Jones or the Raiders of the Lost Ark brand. Because Lucasfilm didn't honor the brand, the true fans didn't support their latest film, making it the biggest bomb for Lucasfilm and Disney. Yet, when the physical DVDs were offered for limited sale, dedicated fans bought out the available units in hours. That's what real fans do. Just think how much more money Disney would have made if they had performed brand service when it came to the latest film. So, what do you think? Do you see a difference between brand service and fan service? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.